Oh, Kamiko's there. Hello, Kamiko. I see you in chat. Good stuff. Rates.
I approve. Unless they're toxic, then I stop approving.
Let's start off on this screen here. There we go. Beautiful. Oh, that's bizarre. Okay, wow. This should be spicy. I like this already. Okay, I'm gonna do an intro again. Let's get going. Phew. Welcome to Overwatch, and welcome to another episode of Coaching the Many. Now we're gonna be looking at Tracer. So yeah, this is gonna be an interesting one because Tracer's kind of falling out of favor. Although she's starting to creep back in. Like now people are pushing Brigittas out more. Tracer's starting to make her way back in. Rialto is also like an interesting map for her because Rialto is crazy. The amount of paths, the amount of sort of backdooring you can do and pushing you can do from various angles, you can kind of do whatever you want as Tracer here. The first thing that immediately jumps out to me, by the way, on this one is this 4-stack. This should not be allowed. I don't like the look of this, where you got like a bronze and 2 golds going up against sort of mid to high silver, I guess mid silver. Kind of an interesting one. Continue to play Tracer to try and work on her shortcomings. Tracer is a good hero to learn. Like, even though she's not favored in meta, and especially around silver gold, meta kind of doesn't matter. But you can just sort of throw it away. As long as you get good at what you're doing. Okay, so we're looking through the enemy team. I don't like doing this myself. Like, it's not too bad of an idea just to take a quick gander and take a quick glance. But I wouldn't start building their team for them, basically. The reason why is that they could just play anything. So if you go out and expect, oh, there's going to be this, this, and this, it's kind of going to go rough for you. I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of it. Maybe it's just being lazy.
Right, I'm going to try push bottom right, try to go around them.
Okay, so we've got a plan as well. I like it. So the big thing with Tracer is that we do not want to go where the enemy expects us to go, right? We're not going to push main. We're probably going to want to take the flanking bridge. So we can do one of two things. You can either try and go like across here and then like go down this way, or go like straight across and counteract over here. Or there's the bridge down below and you can sort of go that way. I'm a bigger fan of this route down here on a flanker.
Can't tell who that is. I think that's a Brigitte top left.
So yeah, this I like. Just, hey, we actually know what they're playing. Especially if they're this far out. And we're even calling it out, which is good.
They have a Zarya. Definitely.
Okay, I'd rather see us just go down to low ground now, and especially like back up a little bit. Yeah, let the tanks lead, because one thing that, especially that Hanzo's in meta, that you got to be very careful of is that people do like to just fire shots at the doorways. So just always be very, very cautious about this. I mean, we do back off. But just let your tanks always lead out the front door. Because if the Hanzo fires off a headshot, you're not going to die straight away to it. Good shit. We're also not blinking, which I like. Just take time.
Alright, there's a Mercy all the way in the back.
So the Mei shouldn't actually be a concern. Yeah, you see how, like, not scary this Mei is?
I brought
Okay.
3 of them back. Push forward if you can.
So, interesting thing. Don't blink this way. So we start coming here, and then like when this fire pops up, the recall is fine. You can honestly just go this way and go like this way. You could even try going this way. The reason why I say like, or you could go this way as well, but don't go back the way you came. Like ending up back here, the reason why is because you think about where they're managing threats from. Well, okay, so you only have one exit here, so they just have to hold this area. And then they have all these threats coming up here. So the enemy team's naturally going to fall back this way. Okay, so as the enemy team backs up, they're going to be backing up, and then they're going to cut you off. If you retreat and end up going like somewhere like this way, or like this way, and then through this building, well, their 2 DPS is chasing you, so it's going to be tough to sort of find you. So what you can do is just get away, and suddenly, well, now they have to worry about a Tracer over here. Now you have to worry about all this... Like, they have to worry about a threat coming in from behind them. They have to worry about a threat coming around here and coming in behind them. And suddenly, this is a lot more dangerous. When you can start coming from this sort of angle, this is way more deadly than coming in from this angle. So when we're setting up back here, when we come out here, like, it's fine. You know, I saw you mentioned my aim is a bit spaghetti. You're in silver. I'm not expecting like huge things. The only thing I'd say is like we can probably blink in. You know, just a little bit of optimization. Is there a center dot on the crosshair? If there isn't a center dot on the crosshair, I kind of suggest, this is kind of a personal thing, but I prefer playing with a dot in the center. The reason being is just it makes it really easy to know where exactly the center is. But don't be afraid to blink in. Oh, too thin. I need thicker. I require thicker. Blink in and then just get right into the Mercy. Mercy, especially at like long distance. Again, I'm talking about like hitboxes. If we look at the Mercy, let's just go hit. So you'll notice from like this distance, if you think about how small the Mercy hitbox is, it's like this, right? Like this is kind of what you're shooting at. This tiny little thing is what you're shooting at. That's actually quite difficult to hit. Like even for a high level player, this is actually kind of a tough target. So what you want to do is give yourself like the most damage possible in a single clip. And your first shot is always going to be that big announcement. So what you want to do, and you think you do it fine, of not blinking by going through here, because I think one of the most important lessons I kind of learned more from free-for-all than anything else, is that blinking is very noisy, it's very obvious, it's very easy to hear, because Tracer goes like, whee, and stuff like that as well, and makes it even louder. People can hear blinks coming in. But if you just run around this corner, then that's fine. Then it's sort of using that first blink as like, hey, I'm here, it's too late for you to do anything. Free Mercy, blink forward, shoot, do a full clip, maybe set up for a kill. And then you can just blink back out. And then as this Mei chases us off, we do fine, just backing away. Mei down to half. And this is the point where I'd say, like, at this distance, killing this Mei is going to be kind of difficult, especially with the supports. Like, you want to try and force Ice Block, but killing her is going to be tough. We can actually choose just to disengage at this point. And just cycle back around, maybe harass their tanks a little bit, maybe harass the Mercy some more, pressure the Mercy out, find what other support they have as well. Again, just getting yourself into these backlines. Like, if these guys want to follow you, then fine. Like, they're not going to do shit to you. So they're going to have to run back this way, all that kind of stuff. So you'll be occupying their time regardless, and getting into a better position overall.
Brought 3 of them back. Push forward if you can.
See, we blink back. Ugh, we blink back through. Nice, good stuff.
Down.
This might be a little bit of over communication. Like this is fine, where you're like, okay, I brought 3 of them back. That's fine. Like I've got 3 of them here. You don't really need to announce this. Like, they can see it.
Get the
Zarya, good. Again, this is kind of an important thing to read as Tracer, is where people are looking, what people are currently doing, like what is this Zarya thinking about? Well, this Zarya is busy crapping her pants, but all her attention is also on the front line. If that's the case, you can absolutely just stay like right in on her. Just stay in on her. You have recall. You're going to have a blink in a second as well. Zarya at close range, again, just to like do the hitbox thing, like, oh, look at all this big juicy Russian lady. Look at this huge Russian lady. Look how easy this is to hit. Oh, look how huge all this is. Look how easy that is. Look how easy that is to hit. And so, like, by doing this backing away stuff, like, that's a little bit risky, especially if Mercy's healing it. Well, if you think about, like, oh, well, Mercy's healing her, so maybe I can't kill her. Tracer does about 200 DPS. Like, full landing shots. I think it's more like 220. But realistically, you want to have, like, you're going to have about 140 to 200 DPS if most of your shots are landing. So, if the Mercy's healing for, like, 60 heals per second or 50 heals per second, that's not enough to actually stop you doing a huge amount of damage. You can still kill people. So if you're thinking like, oh, well, the Mercy's healing, or I should be backing away, don't, basically. You can more than outdamage the Mercy healing. Stay in while her attention's focused on the front line and just bury her in bullets. Because also you got to consider, like, nothing's going to kill you here. There's nothing that's going to turn around and just one-shot you. The Zarya can't do that to you. So if the Zarya does turn around and start focusing you, well, you just recall, blink away, and you're fine. So it's sort of getting the most out of these opportunities where you realize, okay, well, the Zarya is not paying attention to me. And sort of by backing away, we're giving her an opportunity, we're reducing our DPS, and now she has an opportunity to react and do things. That pulse bomb was always going to be messy. Let me explain why. So you've used 2 blinks to chase her. The thing you're going to consider at this moment is, like, where is this Mercy going? Well, she's not going to go this way, because if she just runs back from you, she's going to die. So she's obviously going to go this way. Like, this is the only direction she can go. And one of the hardest pulse bombs to hit is when someone, like, zips past you. what you really want is either they cross in front of you. Is generally best. So if you're going to throw this pulse bomb, you actually throw it this way. But if you know that they probably have a mobility ability available, you'd be fine just sort of waiting this one out. Because you see the Mercy Guardian Angel away. Okay, blink, blink. And then you can probably just wait for the next one. And then just follow her and drop it. Mercies are always a tough stick, but yeah.
Sorry, should be oh, never mind.
Don't discourage yourself like that. Like, Zarya, you know, Zarya should be low, but honestly, if everyone now just focuses this area, notice how quickly she dies. That's where we want to be really careful. I like to blink back there. That's good. We want to keep our distance from Brigitte. Fire us back.
She's half.
Okay, now she's too high in the air, just leave her alone. Just bully this Reinhardt. You can build a pulse bomb off it, or build it off the Zarya. Yeah, you are completely correct in this observation. Like, this is such a big deal. I'm trying to keep the optimal range for Tracer. The optimal range for Tracer is right in their asshole. Let me tell you that much. The optimal range for Tracer, especially against targets with no burst damage, right inside them. But yeah, the enemy team is completely ignoring you. You need to abuse the fuck out of this.
She's half.
And while you have recall, like, no one on this team can like one-shot you except for the Brigitte. So the only thing that we have to like keep optimal distance from is that Brigitte. Which is why I'm happy with, like, we sort of blink in here and it's like, oh shit, okay, and then we just back out. Like, that's fine. This is a good distance. Enemy team is pushing back into us as well, which is actually a really nice position for us to be in because they're walking into our damage. Closer range is better. And we start seeing the rockets come in. Okay, we're going to back off even further so we can see everybody. Couple of cheeky shots from the Pharah. And then when this Reinhardt comes in, I want to imagine that you see this Reinhardt and your eyes go, this is another pulse bomb. Because that's what this guy is. That's what this Reinhardt 100% represents. Right? Because he has to go and stand and face this way to stop your team just killing everybody. So everyone's just going to be running back into you, and you can just stay here. You can abuse this area. You can abuse the Mercy. You can abuse the Reinhardt. Like, we don't have to blink back there. We don't actually have to blink back there. Until we see, like, people take time to turn as well. People take time to turn and react and do things. So, absolutely abuse that.
Right down. They have a junk right now.
I'd rather us recall here. Sounds like a weird thing, but just
Right down.
weird small tip. If you do get hit by something like this, hold the E button. Hold down the button for recall, and it'll activate the moment it can.
They have a junk
We are
right
very lucky to survive that, but the thing with something like this is we're on 65 hit points. The Junkrat so much just sneezes at us, we die. Like, anything that so much looks our way, we explode. So, like, we have the recall, we might as well use it.
They have a junk right now.
And we're already winning the fight, so we don't have to really worry about, like, saving resources or anything too fancy like that.
Got down.
Start burning this area.
They're super low.
There we go, good job.
They have a soldier
I'm
down.
fine with the blink back as well. Team somehow loses this. This is why I fucking love low rank.
On point.
And don't get discouraged. Remember, you can out damage Mercy's healing. As long as you're shooting right, you can out damage it. Like, what I'm sensing here is, like, you see Mercy healing people and you start like going, oh well, I probably can't kill them now.
Super low. On point.
Absolutely not the case. Like, just ignore the Mercy healing here and just focus on taking your time, shooting her down. Like, no one, when you're stood in this position here, nobody around you can kill you. Recall's coming up, you got 2 blinks, no one's killing you here. So why are we worried? Why are we blinking away? Why are we moving away? You can just stay inside this area, and if she shoots you, if she right-clicks you, then you can recall. But by the time she does that, you would have put 200 DPS. And that melee misses area. It might not have.
Sorry, super low.
It might have just come out too early. Yeah, it's just a bit too early. It wouldn't have killed her regardless, I think. What worries me more is, like, we're blinking away when we don't need to. And I think that's sort of the big realization here is just,
It's just May on point.
if they have a bunch of stuff that can't kill you instantly, like, Hanzo you want to be careful of. And even Hanzo you want to sort of be inside him, almost. Like, it's...
Save ultimates. We should.
I don't know if you play other heroes, but if you're trying to fight a Tracer, and, like, chat, please back me up on this one. If you've ever fought a Tracer and you're like, you know, this is you, and the Tracer is, like, here, and then, like, runs around here and is shooting you, and then, like, blinks over here and then is shooting you, and it's, like, really close range. Really, really close range. And, like, you're trying to shoot her, and it's just, like, this little thing that's just, like, circling around you. It's like trying to swat a mosquito. Like, it's so difficult to get rid of her. It's so hard to deal with. The only thing that you really need to be scared of is like a McCree with flashbang. But even then, if you blink through him, he can't do anything. He can't stop you. So it's like, be so cautious when it's almost like you're sticking at this mid-range that you don't need to stick at. You can be a lot safer in that close range. And you might think like, oh, well, they got a Mei and stuff like that. Like, even the Mei's going to have a tough time. That's a good bomb. That's a good bomb. Why is that a good bomb? They just move through a choke point. You put it in a path that they want to cross as well. They want to come this way. So if they try and run out, they're going to die. If they don't, they back off. This fight goes better. That's a happy bomb.
Get the ride.
So yeah, I think the only people we really have to be careful of is like, yeah, Winston we want to sort of keep a distance from until we're going in for a kill. Brigitte we want to keep a distance from, but even like Hanzo, McCree, if you're inside them, you will deal that full 240 DPS, right? That's sort of the gold standard that you are going for, that massive DPS that Tracer can deal. And we might be underestimating the amount of damage slightly. This we want to be real careful doing. This is borderline suicidal. So I want you to pay attention to, as we come out here, notice that there's a Hanzo here. You gotta respect this. You have to respect this. The reason why, and this is sort of very common with lower ranked players, is they kind of expect the other player to miss. This stops working when you start hitting like Diamond. When you start running out in front of people like this, he'll just shoot in the back of the head and you'll die. Because we just sort of run out. And like, just imagine what this Hanzo sees. You just sort of run in front of him.
Hey, by yourself?
Yeah, you absolutely punish this now. She's got no wall, she's got no ice block. Just rockets away. You can bully that as well. Nice job. Okay.
Ooh.
Get the Winston if you can.
Probably want to deal with this Hanzo a little bit. If the Winston wants to chase you, that's fine. Nice.
Winston's super
So there's an interesting thing you can do with a pulse bomb with a Winston. Here's a little tip for you. Notice what the Winston's doing. Let me just like go back and then like slow this down and talk over it. I want you to notice how this Winston's doing, how this Winston's moving. It's really not complicated. He's just basically chasing after us, right? He's just literally running straight at us as we move away. Watch how he moves. He's just moving towards us. We blink to the side. He continues moving straight towards us. So if we're backpedaling, well, what happens if we just press Q? Or mouse 5 in this case. He just dies. He just catches the pulse bomb right into his face, right? Notice again, he's moving towards us. So what you can do with a pulse bomb, if a Winston or something similar is like very aggressively just running straight at you, is you just bomb. And the Winston dies. Like this will explode him, or heal Primal Rage. Either way, still pretty good result. And it's just worth pointing out that like this is not uncommon at Masters level, where the Winston just runs straight at you. You can absolutely abuse that if you build up a pulse bomb, which is very easy to do.
They have a McCree now.
You've kept distance. Now we can go back in. Don't be afraid. Good. I don't like us being on this. We should be pushing ahead.
Down.
So once the McCree's down, like the Brigitte's a little bit of a problem, but honestly, you should probably just use 2 blinks and get ahead. One of the things with Rialto is there's a lot of these little back passes, so you can go either around this way. It's a terrible little arrow, but there you go. Or you can go through here, because we want to dump this pulse bomb on someone's ass. And so we'd be better served just by pushing forward. We don't really want to, fight the Brigitte, but we want to just run forward. Because, yeah, you can see how effective this is.
Ride's super low.
Just keep on him. Just keep on him. Keep on him. Because notice what happens when you stay on this Reinhardt, right? All the healing goes to him. There's a big fight happening in front of us. Okay? But all the healing is going to this Reinhardt. I think Brigitte even throws a heal pack on him. Once that arm is stripped away, we deal tons of damage to him. We almost get him. He turns around, and now he's forced to barrier us, chase after us. He's, like, hitting us, but he does 75 damage, and then we just heal, and we just recall if we need to, or we blink back. All the while, your team is winning this fight. There we go. And notice that your team wins the fight.
Brigitta's half?
This is why Reinhardt dropped out of meta for
Down?
ages and ages and ages and ages and ages.
Keep pushing forward, I'm on payload.
Because stuff like this happened. Right? Tracer would
Back
just
to
do
payload,
this.
We need help. If any of y'all are here.
That is a good little call out as well. Your team
Nice,
almost
nice.
through, which is a
Let's go on
shame.
Mercy.
What?
Nice, nice.
Just watch this space German. Look at this guy go. I don't know the hotkey for. No, I don't want quality controls. I want. Ah!
Let's go.
Goodbye, Reinhardt.
Mercy.
God rest your soul. look-
Nice,
watch him go.
nice.
Woohoo! Ah, launched. Love it. Love it.
Let's go on the Mercy.
This is where you need like the moon theme from DuckTales. C9, lol. Honestly, it's up to you if you want to use the pulse bomb or not here. Like, it would be a little bit of a waste, but pulse bomb is one of those ultimates you can kind of just throw around. I'm very happy to see us take this pathway. This is good. Probably even take the next one. Yep. You want to get through here quickly. So if you think about like where Tracer's good, narrow corridors are not where that is. So if you are taking this route, like you want to just blink through it and then get behind them. Like the idea is not to convert this into kills at this point. It's because it's got to take a while for the payload to sort of get up this hill and stuff like that. It's just to pull them back or put pressure on them. So yeah. So we get bounced back.
I don't think I've died yet.
Oh hey,
Have I died? Oh yeah, no, I've died once.
you've died.
What was that, sorry?
We have no restart.
Oh, okay.
That's good for us. Nice
Do they really?
recall. Good.
She's right.
This looks better, right? This
They
looked
really?
really good. Why did this look really good? Because we used all of our resources,
Do they
right?
really?
And then the Winston started chasing us. We recall at just the last possible moment because we know the Winston's no threat to us. I don't like this coming back in. I honestly think, because again, think about where the enemy's like.
She's
The enemy wants this. The enemy wants to be just defending this direction. Alright, the enemy wants to be looking this way. So we want to go this way. We want to pull their attention away. We want to pull sort of... Because then if they turn around and deal with the front line, well, we come in again, we build up another pulse bomb and we kill one of their tanks. Lel.
Split up. It's coming through main. Oh, it's down. Nice.
A little bit of abuse on that Winston would be nice. Let's get back in.
Get for Gita.
And again, we want to... Yeah, good. Good. Better. Get around. Like, we probably even want to be further around. Like, coming in... You can even, like, blink across and come out here and start shooting from this angle. Just making them scared, confused, and angry. Stuff should be coming at them from two sides. Notice how not scared at all that scary at all that Winston is. Oh, hey, free Mercy.
Mercy's low. She's half now.
She's going to be tough to finish. This is a tanky as hell team.
Ooh, nice. Push it.
Oh, only in silver.
Mercy's
That
down.
should not have worked. Oh, that's a really cool supercharger. I've not seen that. Believe it or not, I have not seen that supercharger before.
Yeah,
That's
nice
that's
self-destruct.
pretty neat. Yeah. The only thing I'd say is I probably don't like us blinking this way. I'd much rather see us go this way and again come in this way. And I
Push it.
took the road less travelled by. That's our motto as Tracer. See antler skin? I know it's the antler skin. It's just I haven't seen the supercharger for it. That's really cool.
Left side, soldier.
Nice. Stay the fuck away. Yep, recall.
Coming from right.
A bit of damage onto it. Let's get that soldier.
Soldier on point. He's two.
That's where we've got to be a bit nervous. So we're okay. Whew! Whew! Okay, Winston hit us. Oh, that shot. Nice. Nice. Where did we fuck up here? I think at
These two.
this moment here. This is where we fucked up. Although we do need the healing. In which case, I think we just bounce all the way out. Especially with the Mercy.
Dark Guide right side.
And then this is just unfortunate.
I'm at 4-7. I have to stop at 420.
Get the Winston.
Absolutely punish the shit out of that. It's Primal Race. That's actually really good for you. Just free bomb. Hey, we got one. Okay, go ready for the next push.
Where's this Junkrat?
He's in front of us.
I see him.
Don't.
I see him.
If I had to guess, Junkrat replanted his trap just as you were caught by it, because that should not have happened. That should not have happened. Hey, thank you, Nimhaji. It's appreciated. So yeah, he had to have replanted it there. This is not how you do this pulse bomb, by the way.
Junkrat. See it, mate.
So you break this, and then honestly, you go through here, and then you come in from behind. The easiest pulse bomb to land is one where someone is backing up into you. So, and doing this, like, the Brigitte is basically looking for you and hoping to get you. She narrowly misses. And we get a little bit lucky here. Don't be afraid to take that little bit of extra time.
Got the supercharger.
Nice.
Nice. Mercy down. Good job.
Good.
All right.
Okay, get the Sarisa. Just line up the headshots. Just stay on it. Good.
Winston.
Just keep shooting the Winston. Doesn't have Primal Race because he used it earlier. And we complete Rialto.
All right. Good job, everyone.
We actually make it all the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he replaced the trap. It's rare, but it does indeed occur.
I mean, that's. What is that? Oh.
All out's like who to focus next. Recon.
So defensive traitor is about being a massive pain in the ass. Are we going to sit there? Yes, we are. Nice. This is some high level strats that
Sounds like they have a road up.
Maybe it is a bit.
honestly isn't.
They have a Reinhardt on high ground. Seems
Our
like.
soldier has a gold gun. What the hell?
Must be a pretty decent soldier. Yep, that's Roadhog, Brigitte, Reinhardt, Zen.
Zen. She'll be going,
Far
Zen.
Top left.
Okay, ignore the shit out of that for now. She's too far away and has armor. Look at how little damage we do.
Mara, top left.
Look at how not moving that is. Yeah, we're doing half DPS with already reduced damage because Tracer's drop-off is huge. Don't even try that.
Hog
It's
super
close
low.
in.
It's getting healed.
I'm not too fussed about us
Super
like
low.
drilling the hog here, but
It's getting
Yeah.
healed.
because we weren't sure if he's used his cooldown or not.
It's getting healed.
You can stay in a little bit longer here. Actually, no.
Hog super
I'm
low.
okay with this bouncing. Like, the Junkrat looks like he's turning around.
Getting out.
We probably don't have to come out this far. That's all I'd say. Like, you could probably stop here, turn around, and check.
Getting out.
We definitely don't want to re-engage from the front. So if we go high ground, I'm kind of okay with it. We want to be looking for that Zen. That Zen is target numero uno.
They have Junkrat and Pharah now. Junkrat's going left, I think. No, he's going main.
Keep an eye on that Zenyatta. Don't lose track of the team, whatever you do. This is an opportunity. Do not be afraid to go and style on a Roadhog, especially if he's used his hook, which this one has, I believe. Yeah, there it is. So he's whiffed his hook. You can hear it. So then we can just style on him a little bit.
Good
Yeah,
job testing.
I'm kind of fine with us just coming back this way. A little bit stealthy.
First coming back in.
Yeah. Let's. If we aren't sure that where the Junkrat is, like the one mistake we make here is we just run too far forward, right? You'll find just staying here and just staying like. Again, the position of power is when like everybody is here and they're pushing back towards you. So if you just like set up yourself up here and start doing damage, well, you can escape this way, you can escape this way. If people start dying, then you can sort of spot respawns. You can even go this way. Like you have tons and tons of options. When you start moving too far forward, though, like think about how much space we have now, where like we're starting to funnel into like this really, really little tight space. This is not where we really want to be. What we want to be is a little bit further back, just so that this Junkrat, well, he falls back and he falls back into us, and that's really good for us because Junkrat has, again, the hitbox of Junkrat. You know, if I kind of shade it in, it's actually quite generous. It's actually quite nice. Like we have all of this to shoot, basically. Okay, all of this can kind of even shoot. I think a little bit more over here. Right, this is sort of the hitbox that we're looking at. It's pretty big, right? This is actually pretty easy to hit. Like, I'm even blocking some of it. Pretty easy to hit most of it. So if he's falling back into us, there's actually a good chance that we kill him in one clip. We just end up stepping a little bit too far forward. Like, we don't want to get into this space. We don't want to be pushed into that little area. We want to fall back a little bit more.
First coming back in.
And then, yeah, we want to be very careful if the Junkrat's... If we don't know where the Junkrat is, we play it careful.
Going in there. Nice go on the far right.
Whew. So we would definitely want to go this way. Please go. Oh, see, this is where I need like more sound effect. I need like, please, task. Perfect. This is just what I wanted. Just the way that she just like skids on her face. Oh god, it's too good. Just like across the floor. It's just brutal. Oh bless. Okay. Yeah, our goal here is like we are not going to realistically like win this fight, right? This fight is done. We want to just go in there, build our pulse bomb, cause a little bit of anarchy. We're not really looking to do anything, which is why I say, like, go right here. Because if we go left, then we're coming out through a choke point here. If we go to the main, well, they're all looking this way, so they all see us. So it's like these two angles, well, the enemy's looking this way. That's not good for us. That's never going to be good for us. So if we go this way and then come out this way, well, the enemy's not looking that way. Like, the moment we turn that corner, it's like, oh, hello. Everyone can see us. Thinking of going back to playing Overwatch in the near future? Yes, in the very near future. The breather's been nice, but I miss it. I do miss it. I will play Hanzo, though.
I don't know where to hold on this part of the map, though.
Well, it's nice to build charge for your
I
healers.
don't know where to hold on this part of the map, though.
And don't worry, nobody does, really.
I don't know where to hold on this part.
You see this? You see this thing? Don't worry about the fire strike. Like, that happens. You will catch them. The key is knowing what to do when that happens. The key is not to stand around on 50 hit points and go, oh, the healer should be healing me up. Rah! You play Mercy. You know how difficult it is to see, like, when a Tracer is behind you, for example, and to know what hit points they're on, unless they're pressing, I need some healing. Hey, Doc! Like, all that shit. Like, at that point, you just go and you pick up the health pack. You don't worry too much about it. And then, like, the Moira will incidentally fix you back up. The one thing I'd say that we need to be doing at this point is, like, we should be looking to get over here. Because, again, we have the pulse bomb. We want to get behind the enemy team. Well,
Punish it, Reinhardt.
go, 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 go. Melee him. Melee that man. Good. Right in the dick. Melee goes through barriers. Just to be 100% clear, I imagine everybody already knows, but just in case you don't, you can melee through a barrier. So you see this, when you're this close, just press melee.
Got him.
Nice. That's a big kill.
Oh, thank you. Nice hook.
If you're going to come from this side, and you have a pulse bomb, don't shoot. Just bomb.
Nice
If not, just...
hook.
The scary part here is the Brigitte just turns around and hits you, and you're just dead.
Zen's down.
Nice. Again, you might be thinking, well, it's a little bit wasteful. You're probably going to be able to build another pulse bomb on the back of this Roadhog. Like, I even think that this sort of retreat that we did here is a little bit preemptive. The recall's fine, yeah. And then like 100 hit points, yeah, sure. In which case, I'd say like if you're gonna pull out at that point, then you go and you retreat and you pick up the health pack, and then you go back in. You don't re-engage from like a worse position on 100 hit points. Now maybe thinking, well, why is this a worse position? It's like, well, what can we realistically shoot from here? Less.
A little bit more. I think you're the best one who can do it. You do it more
Just keep bullying this Reinhardt. The thing with the Reinhardt is, notice how uncomfortable he is at the moment. Notice how like confused he is about where he needs to be, what he needs to do. Like, what is the meaning of life? Why am I here? Why am I even playing this game? This is all the thoughts that are in this Reinhardt's head. That makes you happy. That makes you super happy.
Yeah, I can't get her now.
You want that Reinhardt to be super uncomfortable. And yeah, don't worry about the
Down.
Farah. She's really the Farah's not your job. And if she's shooting at you, you just go evasive and just back the fuck away. Just keep backing up. Yeah. So here's the trick. Remember what I was saying about like watch where people are facing, watch where people are looking, watch what people are doing. The moment you start seeing the focus shifting, where it's like, okay, well the Farah's shooting at me, and now you see this Junkrat coming out and shooting you, then you back the hell away.
Versus no res.
I don't recall. You die with 2 blinks. That's the real sadness. Like the moment this Junkrat starts chasing you, you back out. You're done. That's your signal to leave. And it's this sort of thing you're looking for. You're looking for where people are looking. What, like, you need to be sort of thinking, like, what is my enemy looking at? What is my enemy focused on? And if you're just constantly there, and, like, the enemy's, like, going, well, I want to kill this tank. Oh, but fuck, this is a tracer. Oh, fuck it. I need to, oh, shit. Oh, I can't deal with, no. And especially at low ranks, like, they're going to lose their freaking minds because they can't deal with the tracer and all the other shit that's happening in front of them. This... Remember what I was saying about don't go in just straight in? This is why. Brigitte fucks up her combo. Justice reigns from above. Yeah, never do this. I guarantee you will die so many times doing stuff like this. It needs to be unlearned. You cannot get away with just blinking into where the enemy's looking. Because they will just go forward with a stun, Widowmaker will just fire straight forward at you, Hanzo will just fire an arrow straight at you, Roadhog will throw a hook straight at you. This sort of play goes wrong 70% of the time, and 30% of the time, then it just doesn't do anything. Or like 20% of the time it doesn't do anything, 10% of the time it works and makes me look really stupid.
Okay.
That's not a good success rate, though.
It's just as me as every time.
Don't do that. Brigitte has not attempted the Brigitte has not had a good time against us, no. Which is a good signal for us.
Junkrat's in the left side.
Again, okay, the Junkrat's fucked up, that's really good for us. Sort of wasted his combo. Nice, good dodge. Play around the payload. Good
Nice
job.
call, Brigitte.
Stay on the payload. Yeah.
Nice call, Brigitte.
This is where it's like, this is where you need to assess and like how do you trust your teammates. Tracer is really good for contesting payloads because you can just blink around it more often than not, and especially when it starts getting this dicey, like that's the moment where you can't really trust anymore. We do the right thing by helping drill the Brigitte, But we should honestly just like be staying with our back to the payload here. We shouldn't be coming off the point. You just burn down the barrier because the Reaper's doing like 300 DPS. You're doing 240 DPS. The Brigitte has a 600 hit point shield. The math works, right? It's just over 1 second. So if you just hold down left mouse button and just shoot damage into the Brigitte barrier, then Brigitte's going to lose it. It's not that strong. And then the moment you sort of get off it and you see that it's this close, you can just start playing very defensively almost and just blink into the side of the... Like, you just blink into the side of this and then just play to contest. Because if you win a fight here, like this is the best place to win a fight. Right? The absolute best place to win a fight. Because now the respawn distances are super far for them. They can't actually do anything. By the time they next engage, the payloads roll back a little bit, so they're not just going to backcap it. So, yeah.
Oh, there's a Reinhardt
Oh,
behind us.
yeah, just... That's free.
Charging forward.
You can follow that. Don't be afraid to follow that.
Forward.
Okay, we use our blinks up.
Oh, there's a Reinhardt behind us.
Yeah, this blink here is unnecessary. A little bit too far.
Oh, there's a Reinhardt behind us.
Like, you could either just step to the left or you can just blink somewhere a little bit more in here.
Forward.
Killing their Reinhardt's always a big deal. And it's always, like... It's a free pulse bomb. That's an ult.
He's one. He's low. Nice.
That's a terrible ult. You should feel great about that. You should not have done that. Well, that just happened. The magical flanking Reinhardt, yeah. The unseen Reinhardt is the deadliest. So notice it, remember that just for reference sake, there's 3 exits to this point. So you can come out down the bottom here, you can come out over the top here, and you can come out down this way. This route is a little bit dicier, but if they're all stood underneath here, then you could absolutely use it for a pulse bomb. This route's probably the safest. This route is a little bit more aggro. All 3 of these work well. Don't just come down the middle here, though. This is a... Let's talk about pulse bombs. Again. Just because, like, it might be... You might be comfortable in thinking that, you know... Oh, the pros miss pulse bombs all the time. But the pros don't go for these sorts of pulse bombs too often. They do still do it, but... This is never going to work. Never going to work. Like, the one time you hit it, it'll feel great, but that's 99 times you've missed it elsewhere. The reason why, and, like, the thing that sort of annoys me about this one, almost, is that it's, like... Places like this, where the payload's moving through an already thin spot, it makes everything else even thinner. Okay? The payload occupies space. So if you think about, like, if a fight, and if your team actually fights from here... They're all funneled into this narrow space. So if you just drop down behind them and come in from the back and they're fighting in these corridors, well, you just get a free kill. An absolutely free kill. Like, there's so many places that you can do just better with that one. So yeah, kill that habit straight away. Doorways are your friend. Doorways, narrow pathways, anywhere where the payload forces people into super thin spaces, like where this Brigitte is right now. That's what we're looking to do. That's where we really get the results.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry, though.
Swap it to a Junkrat to deal with the tanks. That's fair enough. Get ready for a shock. Whoop! Might want to consider moving a little bit closer, just because it's starting to get real freaking dicey. This is where sort of, you know, we have to assess our teammates and stuff like that, and it's like, okay, well, we have a diva on the point, we have 2 people on the point, but it's so close now, we want to start inching forward. Like, we really want to start inching forward, because if the tanks suddenly die, we cannot cover this distance in time to sort of retake. And we just lose the game. It's like, well, I survived, but you lost the game, or you lost the map. Left them in a really good position. So yeah, just be a little bit careful about that. Imagine with the amount of time left on this VOD that we get another round. Yes, we do. Okay.
They're far up bottom right.
They've been running this Junkrat enough as well that I'd just be very careful about the trap. It looks like it might even be here. Maybe. No, I don't think that's it. Might just be something on the floor. Nice, just keep pushing out. It's probably gonna... Oh, no! Nice! Good job. Get that Mercy. Discord Orb. Discord Orb is your best friend. If you see a Discord on something, you just freaking kill it. You could honestly go on the Brigitte here. This is sort of a weird thing, but it's difficult to assess in combat. But if the Winston's like this deep and the Brigitte's hitting him this hard, the Brigitte's probably stunned him. So you can actually just continue burning the Brigitte. She's going to zone you out a little bit, but your team's in a really good place at the moment. Again, see what I mean by, like, this is where we want to be, right? They're backing up into us. This is where we feel so comfy. I like us keeping our distance a little bit from the Junkrat. Look at the damage. Like, that's what we're looking for. That's what we're looking for. Every time.
Freeze it down, nice. Good hog. It's the only one left.
Good shit.
Nice.
Okay, let's set up it ahead.
Should be coming back in soon. Yeah, she's going above.
Good. Keep punishing this Reinhardt. Be very careful about blinking through this. Don't... If I see us blink through this, I'm going to be furious. I'm furious. I'm so angry right now. Ah! Works out, but I don't like it. The reason why I don't like it is, as I explained before, like, if you think about where the enemy's putting all this spam, like Junkrat's firing grenades and stuff like that, it's too easy for like a rocket and a grenade just to bounce through this and kill us. And it's like, I can see the cogs turning in your mind. I can literally see, like, we're looking at this doorway going, we can use this doorway. Yeah, you can. Like, there's nothing stopping us blinking back, coming through, and then jumping out the top and just getting behind them there. Right? Our team can, like, we have advantage. We have complete advantage. So we blew the Reinhardt, and it's like, okay, well, the Reinhardt's almost dead. Our team's pushing forward. This time we're spending here just, like, walking in circles. We can just go up and go around and then sort of drop in behind them. Much safer. Dump a pulse bomb onto their tank. Kill it. Done. This shit is going to get you killed. With the Winston there, it's slightly different. When the Winston jumps in like that and is primal raging, then you can probably follow it.
Nice kill on the Brigitte.
Unintentional stagger, but I love it. Just like the team trying to kill this Brigitte and her putting the barrier up just staggers her out slightly. What's he seen?
Nice kill on the Pharah. Back up, back up, back up.
A little bit too careful from us. Like, the Winston needs to be careful. You don't. You don't. You can actually blink this way. There's a health pack in here. You could just continue playing around with this shit. Like, blink in here, pick up the health pack, go up the stairs, come back in, shoot people, blink this way. Like, you can just play around with them. The objective isn't really to kill anyone, it's just to get another pulse bomb. Right? Especially if the Mercy's doing stupid shit like this. Holy shit. That was a free kill. You can see how, like, unafraid we are.
Left side.
Oh!
Where's he down?
Oh! Nice. I'm fine with this pulse bomb, by the way. It crosses the path of the enemy. It's like in a big cluster loving as well. This is just what you want. They have no idea what they're doing, where they're going. It's fine. You can honestly just leave these guys here. Like, there's... The thing you got to remember is, like, there's a big fight happening behind you. So if these two tanks are zoned out over here, whatever. There's a big 4v, like, 2 happening right now. So if they want to come back in, then sure.
Above. Down.
Let's stay the frig away from her.
Nice kill on the Brigitte. It's coming from behind us.
Nice recall.
Didn't get anything.
You might want to go and investigate where that Junkrat is. Just saying.
Good denial.
I think he's still behind you.
Winston.
So, our first clue to solving the mystery of the Junkrat happened actually all the way back here. All the way back, all the way back, all the way back, all the way back.
Nice kill on the Pharah.
Something really weird happens here. And I want us to pay attention to it. Which is this.
I'll follow you, Winston.
Why is Winston shooting this? Is he trying to just break the thing? No, there's no barriers there. He's shooting something. Winston spots something. So, I mean, to me, that triggers me to, like, go, and I'd actually be blinking up here and looking. Like, what's Winston spotted? What's Winston seeing? What's he found?
Nice kill on the far.
Because then we have this, like, then Mercy's like doing this weird overextension as well. It's like, well, where's she going? What's she looking for? I'm guessing that's the Junkrat again that she's trying to get to. And he's like absent this entire fight. Where is he? Where the frig is this Junkrat?
Nice kill on the Brigitte.
And then the final bit of deductive reasoning is like, okay, well that came from over there.
It's coming from behind us. Didn't get anything.
So just be careful about that.
Winston? Nice.
This is not your fault.
How do we jump off?
This is not your fault.
What?
So the thing with overtime is the longer the overtime runs, the faster the overtime wick burns down. If you leave it for a split second after overtime's been for a while, like you see how fast it goes down.
Winston?
This is more like tanks and supports. Like the Reinhardt should not be chasing this far.
How do we
The
jump off?
the Zen, the Mercy should be sticking to the payload like freaking glue. So yeah.
It's okay. It's okay.
You basically got to think of it as like, well, the last person that should be glued to the payload is the Tracer. You know, you want the Tracer being the one finishing people off, hunting people down. Go with the next level strats. Oh yes. Oh god, that's oh. I don't know about you, but you see a Zen like that. Oh, delicious. Oh, hungry. That's a very good start. And then you spot the Zen. It's just like, oh, he's got a Discord orb on him. Oh, ooh, look at this guy.
They don't have a mercy. Kills are permanent.
Honestly, you can just continue playing around here for a little bit. So you back out around now. This is perhaps a little bit too deep because now the respawn's coming through, and like now, notice that all the attention is shifting. Everybody's paying attention to you now. That's not where you want to be. Luckily, hey.
What? How did he get me?
It's because it bumped you in front of him. It happens. So it bumped you, and then, yeah,
That was BS. How did
it
he
was
get me?
it was greedy to stay put, but like it was greedy to stand here. Yeah, like the moment you start seeing this level of attention, this is when you know, okay, get out, get out, get out, get out. I mean, sort of get a little bit lucky there on the DMAC. Yeah, that's just greed.
What? How did he get me? Yes. And his charge hit me twice and killed me.
Lel.
Wait, like Reinhardt's one?
This is a lot
Yeah.
nicer. I like it.
I'm contesting.
And recall.
Even no max.
Basically got a free diva. Minor thing, this is worth it, especially when you are playing around, like, trying to stall and trying to slow down the enemy team. Like, get the DMAC here, and once the DMAC happens, I think it's like the moment the explosion begins, like the moment you just hear, like, the bang, like, just put the bomb on the back, the diva cannot escape it.
Even no max.
So yeah, you just pulse the mech. It's very efficient. It gets rid of an annoying threat. It gets rid of something that's kind of difficult to clean up. Removes any chance of the diva coming back into the fight.
Roll down.
Right, we're a recall here. Yep.
Oh,
Greed. The moment you hear that, that's definite recall.
oh, nice shot.
Mercy should be able to pick you up, but you never really want to use a Mercy res for a Tracer.
Fight him,
It's
fight him,
like the least efficient res.
Come back if you can, Reinhardt.
This was good. I think it was doable.
Have they used Earthshatter yet? They might have it if
That's the kind of question you ask, by the way. I was just waiting for the perfect comeback timing of, have they used Earth Shatter yet? Hammer down! It's like, there it is. You are
Might have it if they haven't.
quite right in trying to track it, though. Hey! Nice.
D.Va's down.
Be very careful, because the Junkrat sort of makes this playing with fire. Notice the trap. It looks like we did. Very good. Be very careful. Oh! Don't blink over traps. Be very careful when doing that, because it doesn't go your way. That could have gone badly.
Alright, we still got this.
Yeah, you have 30 seconds. The point number 2 doesn't really start until you get around this U bend, so okay. As long as nobody dies here.
This corner.
I don't like this. This is not a tracer position here. Again, enemies come around corner. The first place they'll look is here. They will see you straight away. You either go where the D.Va's going, you go indoors, and then you have an option of like coming out on top of them, under them, behind them. I've drawn a butt. A very lovely butt, but a butt nonetheless. Yeah. We don't just come here, because straight away we just have to back away.
It's behind us.
Spicy.
Back left.
Spicy. I like it. Yeah, you just want to go up here. That's the safety. Let's have a look. Hammer down.
Find a point if you can.
I don't think they're going to see 9. I think their tank's just going to stay on the point.
But whatever.
Oh my god.
Nice charge. Just keep swinging.
No. Oh, he tried. There we go. Done.
Try that.
So when you're dealing with a team comp like this one, like, because we spent, like, especially on this first half, the big thing I'd say is just understanding, like,
I'm not gonna pay any mind to it.
Yeah.
it's almost like the rationale of how much shit can I get away with, right? What can stop me playing Tracer the way that I want to play Tracer? And we sort of end up entrenched in this fight against like this very tanky, durable comp where it's like, you know, you got like the Reinhardt, the Roadhog, there's a Roadhog as well involved places. There's a Orisa involved. Like it's very European Overwatch basically, because they play nothing but tanks. The thing when they're playing lots of tanks is that you can generally get away with just doing a lot of stuff like you're doing here, which is just getting behind them and drilling them for damage, and then you use that pulse bomb to convert it into kills. You're not really looking for huge numbers of kills outside of these pulse bombs. So it's mostly like spending time realizing, okay, well, I can do this. I can get away with this. Like at this moment here, you know, you could be thinking, okay, well,
Forward, I'm on payload.
realistically speaking, if you blink into them, like go this way or this way, what can they do? Nothing, right? They can't really do anything. The Reinhardt could take a swing at you. He might even hit you, you recall. Or you go and pick up a health pack. Or you go somewhere else. But if you just blink around him, well, what can he do? He can't do anything. Winston can maybe Tesla cannon you for a little bit, but honestly, he's not going to do anything to you. So it's sort of realizing, okay, well, the actual threats here are limited. And when they started bringing the Junkrat out, okay, that's you got to respect. The Brigitte, that we got to respect. But tanks, Tracer doesn't have to respect at all. And so it's playing around and abusing that more than anything is where I'd say you'll see the most improvement. Realizing that you can, like against some targets, you can stay in longer than you think. And that will definitely sort of help you have more of an impact in the game overall. And I'd say like the level of play looks good, especially for Silver. It looks a lot better than you would expect from Silver. It's finding like these little efficiencies and these little inefficiencies, like getting stuck in this corridor when like these are the two people that you have to respect, and this is why you respect them, because they can do stuff like this. They can just annihilate you, and we get very lucky that they don't.
I've died yet. Have I died?
Right. But yeah, it's looking like okay. Like I'd say just keep on with the Tracer. She's actually starting to make a comeback. And I imagine with Wrecking Ball, she might make even more of one. It depends on where these snipers go. And playing in like Silver, double sniper, you shouldn't be worried. Like you really shouldn't be worried about double sniper. You should still respect Widowmakers and Hanzos. Don't just blink at them straight away, because that's going to go badly for you. But yeah, you should keep on keeping on with the Tracer. It's looking good. It's looking good overall. Again, yeah, just I think that's about that for the biggest tip. Right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to outro, so thank you for watching. If you're watching this on YouTube, thank you so much. If you want to submit a VOD, please submit it to coachingoamreviews@gmail.com. I'll just put it in chat if I bring over my big fancy thing. You can see it here. It's all down here. Here's the coachee, very polite, very friendly. Good stuff. So yeah, oamreviews@gmail.com. Please submit it. If you are a Twitch sub, mention that in the title. If not, always include a description of what you want as well. Include the VOD link. Some people don't. I'm going to do another one very quickly. I want to do a third one. Another one. Just while we got like a good number of viewers, because why not? So yeah. Good stuff. Okay. So let's have a look, guys. What have we got next? What have we got next?